Oh, we're live. Welcome, Soul Food Sneaker Talk. Abs here. Man, oh man, we're going to have a lovely show. We named it Sneaker Halftime. Before we get into that and the reason why we named it that and what we will be talking about, we need to introduce the host, co-host, the bossy co-host, OG Sneakers. What's going on with you this week, man?
Come on, man. You know this is not a democracy, it's a dabocracy. I have no power. I'm just a guy. I'm the crazy guy that walks outside the White House like, you better let me in. Let me in.
No more life, family.
All good over here. Y'all know if it's Wednesday, it's soul food. It's your boy OG Sneakers in the building. Glad to be back with the family again. I'm gonna pass it off to my brother who we was missing, and he's back. He's back. My little brother, the professor. What's good, family?
Yo, what's going on, man? Back in the building. It's your man Beer Jedi, aka Hacksaw Kick Duggan, aka Shoe Rosenhaus, aka Fropocalypse, aka Negro Diamonds, aka Mr. Fistpick and Dope Kicks. How y'all doing? What's good?
Man,
Negro Diamonds.
Hacksaw Kick Duggan. I like that one a lot. You know, I'm big with the wrestling references. Quick question, guys. Did any of you guys see the Tupac movie this week?
First of all, we're going to talk about your hat before we get to these shoes. What the hell is going on there, sir?
Get him.
I got confused. I thought the city meant Cleveland or, you know. Nah, you know what? This is just my statement to say that I'm already going to congratulate the 2018 NBA champions, the Golden State Warriors. So this is my ode to the Golden State Warriors. I am congratulating them a whole year early, even before this free agency thing starts off, before the draft, whatever moves Cleveland makes, whatever trades that happen to go down, whoever LA get, Paul George, whatever, I am already congratulating. In fact, I'm going to put this out here. I'm going to congratulate them for 2019 as well. So for 2018 and 2019, I am congratulating your NBA champion, Golden State Warriors.
Hold on,
Wait,
man.
wait a minute. Do you owe John Turner money?
Jesus Christ.
What's going on, man?
I leave for 1 week, and this man done switched teams and giving them trophies that they ain't won yet. What's going on?
It all depends on Curry's ankles. The Curry fours are strong enough to support his weak ankles, then we're good to go. You know what I'm saying? Us, the Golden State Warriors, we're good to go for next year.
Us? Oh, my God.
Us? Ladies and gentlemen, we're having technical difficulties.
Christ.
Please stand by while we whip somebody's ass.
We got to trade dabs for a couple draft picks. What the hell is going on right now?
Man.
He done pulled a KD on us.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. You got to. I like to win. I don't like to lose. You know what I'm saying? And I like to go with the proof. It's proven. We know that Golden State's going to win next year, even probably without Curry. Even if Curry ankles go kaput, they still got enough in the tank to win. So I'm congratulating our 2018 NBA champions, the Golden State Warriors.
Wow.
Really, man? I'm so very disappointed in you right now. I am. I'm disappointed for all your Ohio native neighbors and everything, and we're just gonna pray for you right now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a moment of a basketball prayer for our fallen lost brother, who's clearly lost his way.
Yeah,
man, it's okay.
They done beat him retarded. Damn.
Yeah, I've submitted. I have asked a question pre-show about this right here, family, but I don't want to ask live during the show. But yeah, I don't. You know, I'm going to keep that.
Come on, man.
Right here, family.
This is what happened. Let's get to your actual question because that's going to take us all crazy. Tupac movie. Did I see it? No, did not see the Tupac movie. I'm not. Put that away. The question is the Tupac movie.
This whole conversation is problematic right now.
The question is the Tupac movie. Jesus Christ. Oh, there they go. The chat done caught on. There they go.
Look at 804 King of Foams.
There they go.
Come on, man. It's a popsicle, Mr. 804. Come on, man.
Come on, man. We got kids in the building, man.
Oh, my.
Man, oh man.
Yeah.
So
Jesus Christ.
So
Sorry.
I've heard the Tupac movie wasn't like that though. Jada Pinkett, she came out against it. It seemed like she was very unhappy with it. I heard a lot of people say I think it was somebody just in the chat. I want to go back and see here. It says Real World. Seen the Tupac movie, it was Benny Boone directed the movie like a music video. Some scene transitions weren't seamless at all. You know, so that's kind of surprising to me, especially considering how well they did that Compton movie. What was it? You know, with Eazy and all them.
Yeah. To be honest, straight out of Compton, they didn't get Jada Pinkett's advice and stuff on the film, so she wasn't gonna like it. Like Tupac is too close to her. There was no way they were gonna direct that movie right if she didn't have any input. And I don't blame her for that. That's actually, if somebody does a movie about Dabs and they don't ask me about him being on the show, then I'm gonna say fuck that movie. You know what I'm saying? It's just how it rolls. It's my people. So you gotta ask my opinion about it. But I wasn't amped to see it anyway. Team Biggie Smalls over here. Put that away, Dabs.
If you want to do a movie about me, this is a pure explanation about me right here. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus Christ.
I want to eat it, but I don't know if I should.
Ladies and gentlemen, the views expressed by our host, Mr. Dabs, are not the views of Soul Food Snickers.
I said I want to eat it.
Lord, have mercy.
I'll put, if you see my sneaker up on the thing and my face is missing, or you know, when we get to the latter part,
man, stop.
I will enjoy it.
Wow. Did you see the post? It was being reposted some around. You were talking about Jada Pinkett Smith. I don't know that she had so much problem with how the movie was shot as much as the post that I saw that she had some issues with some inaccuracies. And I mean, you know, in all biopics, I'm sure that there's some, you know, dramatic license that's taken to kind of move the story along, etc. Sometimes you have, you know, one scene that may be for 3 or 4 scenes that they're trying to cover and incorporate, you know, in one scene. But she was saying specifically, and I haven't seen it. I'll probably wait, honestly, until I can get it on the Fire Stick, just because I've heard that it isn't that good. And if it's a Netflix movie, then I want to watch it on Netflix. But that she brought out some inaccuracies that were in the movie, like she was never invited to a Tupac show, and they didn't get into an argument backstage. And I guess there's some poem or something that he reads to her in the movie, and that you know, that never happened. And her issue was more with the inaccuracies than it was. She didn't make any comment. I think in the post that I saw, she said that, you know, she applauded the actors for, you know, doing what they could do to you know, to do with what they had, was what her thing was. But, you know, knowing that her and her husband have a production company, I mean, real talk, they should have done the movie. And if they had been involved in it, it would have been dope as shit. So, you know, I think that it's kind of unfortunate that it wasn't, but, you know, it wouldn't be the first time, you know, that happened. You know, you've had other pictures made about artists that their families were not involved. And, you know, it is what it is.
I'm looking at the chat. 804 King of Phone says that there was supposedly a rape scene in there.
I don't know. I don't know. I just don't want to see it because I'm more of a Biggie fan, you know, and
Church.
I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, I can see what people like Pac better, but it's like back in the day, we literally took sides. I really thought about that because somebody else had brought that up, but we did take sides. Either you was on one side of the fence or the other. I didn't really find people that said, oh, I rock with both people. You know what I'm saying? So I was on the Biggie side, and that was that. So, you know, when the Biggie movie came out, you know, definitely seen that for sure. But this one is just not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I'm from St. Louis, and we kind of, like, you had your pick, but when it came down to riding and hitting the club, whatever played. It wasn't no, like, I think Corey Hogan was talking about how he didn't listen to, and rest in peace, Prodigy, he didn't listen to a lot of Mobb Deep because he liked pop. Exactly. And I was like, I'm from the Midwest, and maybe that's what it was, but I didn't rock with it. I listened to the music as it was, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely Team Biggie. Shout out to Buckeye City Soul. But, you know, Pac is straight. I think, in my opinion, before we take the show way off the rails, I just think Pac had a lot more throwaway music than he did quality music, and that's going to happen when you cut albums in 2 days. it's gonna happen. Everything ain't gonna be a hit.
Right. Well, just so that we can, all be vetted, and this is one of those rare occurrences, lightning strikes. I'm also Team Biggie, for sure. But for me, I actually, appreciated Pac more for his acting than I really did for it to be real. I mean, not to say that I'm not trying to throw shade on his music, but I mean,
he was a phenomenal
that other
actor.
talented, to me, was far outshine anything that he did on Wax. For me.
Yeah, he was a phenomenal actor. He was a phenomenal speaker. Like, yeah, absolutely. And I want to make sure that I take time for you East Coast cats that ride with Mobb Deep hard, because they definitely had a lot bigger local love than they did outside. Rest in peace, Prodigy, man. I know some people that I used to work at a music store for a year and a half, and I know a lot of people who felt that shit personally. You know what I mean? So if that's you, rest in peace and condolences to his family and fans and friends and all that good stuff, man.
Ditto, absolutely.
Goodness. Hey, the Young Civic 20 said Team Vanilla Ice.
Hey, what? Hey, I will take the slander here. There's not many songs on that album that I can't rap word for word. To the extreme, man. I damn near word for word that shit come on. Hey,
catchy for real. You know what? We all make jokes, but when you hear doom 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 doom, you already on ice, ice, baby.
Right. Yeah, you don't think about the original song. You straight go to Ice Ice Baby.
Yeah, you forget about David Bowie. For real. Absolutely.
Yeah. I guess we should shout out Team Early. Team Early has grown quite a bit because we usually get them shout out early, but that was the whole point of y'all name is Team Early. We give you the shout out early, but since we waited a little bit, we've got a lot more people here. So if I miss you, it's not personal. It's not on purpose. It's not intentional. None of that. Bookout City Soul is in the building. One Leg Lister, Mr. NC Stand Up, Young Civic, 804 King of Foam the Jays, OG Kicks, Pain 82, Real World Kicks, Black Ass African. I saw V's Kicks in here earlier. Of course, Cadillac Jackson's in the building. Warrior Blood's in the building. Timber Stan is in here as well. I think I got most of y'all. Like I said, if I didn't, I apologize. The chat is already 7 pages long, and I apologize, but I'm glad to be back. And I want to send a shout out to Cadillac Jackson and the Kang, 804 Kings of Foam Jays for holding it down last week. I appreciate y'all.
Oh, and for sure, definitely check out Cadillac Jackson's latest video because, Beard Jedi, he is doing YouTube videos now. Just want to say that again. Beard Jedi, he is doing YouTube videos.
Jesus Christ.
But no, check out Cadillac Jackson. That's Cadillac with a K. And he did a dope review on the Reebok LX 8500. Actually, I like the Reebok silhouette. I think the silhouette is actually pretty dope. But check the video out. There's a lot of meaning behind the shoe and the reason for the purchase. And even got some dope backgrounds that really coincide with the sneaker pickup. So dope video right there. Whenever we see something dope, we definitely going to mention that out and shout it out, especially when it's a family member that's doing dope shit for sure.
Hey, can I ask Cadillac Jackson the question? You can answer in the chat, Caddy. Have you ever owned a Cadillac? Yes or no?
That's a good question.
I just want to know.
He was born in the Cadillac.
So that's why he got the name.
Wow.
Okay. So
while we wait, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, look what Dabs started. Tim stands like, what? Beard Jet, I got a video. Okay, so let me give y'all the short story on this real quick. I got a pair of shoes, which I will show y'all in the appetizer for the show, and I shot a video of the unboxing. Because of the quality of the shoe, it's not a violin. Because of the quality of the shoe, I had to wait so I can get y'all the B-roll pics. God damn it, I will not be marginalized. I will be heard. So there is a video coming. It is actually shot. Both of them have seen. There's proof of a video floating around, and it happened. I'm just saying it happened.
I think that video might be the same space where Jimmy Hoffa is right now.
We supposed to be brothers.
Man,
well, go ahead. What was you gonna say?
I was gonna get into the sneakers, man. What we did this week with the sneakers, whether the pick we gonna do first, y'all. The pickups, or are we gonna do the hump day heat?
I will make it real easy for you. I have no hump day heat today. I didn't leave the house.
All right. Well, okay. You're not gonna show your feet for the family then.
First of all, I'm not as flexible as you. Second of all, if I put my feet on camera, this shit will get shut down.
No monetization, huh?
They'd be like, who abused this man?
We'll be able to monetize this video.
Who abused this man?
Let's get that over with then. OG, what's the hump day heat? Where'd you rock today? I don't know what's going on with OG.
He frozen.
He's frozen for real. I don't know. I'll get into my hump day heat. This is what I rock today. Had to go with comfort. You know, we hit them roller coasters up. Actually, I sent footage to the guys. There was a stuck roller coaster at the park today, so that was kind of crazy. But other than that, this is what I wore today. This is really comfortable. No socks. You just throw them right on, and you're good to go for hours in these bad boys. So that's
the Majestas, right?
Yeah, the Majestas. Whenever I need something super comfortable, you just gotta throw these on for real.
Yeah.
I think OG is on vacation right now.
He just texted me. He said he's got a little hang up. He was frozen, so he should be coming back in a second.
There you go, right there. What's your hump day heat, OG?
Hang on, I gotta back up.
Sure.
I got two things we got to cover before we get to that. The first thing is your video falls in the category, Beard, of if a tree falls in the forest and nobody's there to hear it, did it really make a noise?
God damn it. Jesus. Let me.
Look, don't be trying to pull up the phone now. Just wait and do
I'm finna delete it. I'm finna delete it now. I don't have to deal with this.
Just wait and do it proper.
I'm finna delete it. I don't have to deal with this abuse.
But seriously, there is one thing I wanted to mention, and I can either wait or we can go to the hump day heat regarding Jumpman. Y'all tell me what you want me to do.
Let's do it.
All right, yeah. So if you guys don't know, yesterday, well, let me back up. Many of you probably should know or already know that Jumpman Bostic recently had surgery. He had a knee surgery to replace a knee replacement that he had previously from an injury he had as a result of his work on the Detroit Police Department. And that after 10 years, that replacement knee was giving him some problems, and he actually found out that it needed to be replaced again, meaning that he had to undergo another surgery, and there were a number of different complications that could have arisen from this particular surgery. But one of the craziest things that he found out when he went and was scheduling the second surgery was that because of the bankruptcy that the city of Detroit had gone through previously, all of his benefits related to his medical for his on-the-job injury were canceled.
Oh, wow.
So he had to undergo what is going to be close to $100,000 surgery without any coverage from the job where he received the injury. Myself, well, I don't want to say myself, Soul Food Sneaker Talk, the Monday Midsole, and Sneaker Box Podcast have joined together to create a GoFundMe page to help raise some funds. Those funds are going directly to the hospital and directly on the hospital bill, not being received by anyone else other than the hospital, to help with the payment of the bills that he will have as a result of his surgery. I'll just go a little bit further and say that, people, if you're interested in supporting that, please do it. If you're not, just continue to send up positive vibes. We're not going to stand here and give you, chapter and verse about why you should or you shouldn't. If you've been in the sneaker game for a minute, you know of, or you should know who Jumpman Bostic is and what he means to this community. Of course, he's been a guest on Soul Food Sneaker Talk, but that ain't got nothing to do with why we're doing this. Brother gives like you don't even know, and to know now what he has been enduring, sometimes not even being able to sit comfortably, let alone stand, the miles that he has traveled to go and to continue to further this culture, and he was doing it in the kind of pain and discomfort that he is in and has been in, just speaks volume to me, of his personality. And I just, ask each and every one of you, if if you think well of the idea, please check out the GoFundMe page. There's a whole full explanation, you know, more than what I've just given you on the GoFundMe page. If you do Instagram, you can find the post on the Soul Food Sneaker Talk page. I think the Monday Midsole has a post up. I know Sneaker Box Podcast has a post up as well. I also copied it on my personal page, so you can find it there, or you can go directly to GoFundMe. And I think if you just search Bostic or Jumpman Bostic, you'll be able to find the page as well. So please, you know, whatever it is, there's no maximum or minimum. There's no time limit. We're going to be doing this until, you know, we get what we need, you know, to help the brother out. And, you know, I just wanted to share that with the family. You will hear it again, amount next week, and, you know, you won't have to hear it again. But, you know, I just really feel very, very strongly about that. We get criticized sometimes for so much, you know, in this community. And this is, in my opinion, a really opportunity, you know, where we can flip the tables and show, you know, the truth of how we really are. And, you know, that there is a lot of love in this community. And it's not always about the leather, the glue, and the rubber.
Well, Mr. NC Stand-Up did mention something too. I did see it in one of his videos that TL Rick 72, his son got killed last week as well. There's a GoFundMe set up for his son as well. So, you know, definitely, you know, a couple of elements going on within the sneaker community. So if you can, you know, dig deep, you know what I'm saying, to just give something, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is, you know, to whatever cause you want to give to, just go ahead and do it. You know what I'm saying, just to help people out. You know, that's what's up.
Thank you for mentioning that, because I did know about his passing, but I was not aware of the GoFundMe. So absolutely.
What's the Hump Day Heat, OG?
Oh, Safari Prestos. My work schedule has got me kind of locked to a desk and a telephone this week, but I did get a chance to get out, and I just, you know, we've been having a lot of hot weather in this area, so man, these were just perfect. Just slipped them on, no socks, and ready to rock. I love the Presto.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, let's get into the pickups. I want to go first because I want the chat to get a good sense, and I want Beer Jet to have his own little space for the pickup that he did get this week. So, unless you're gonna show it this week, right, Beer Jet? Or are you saving that for this this video in quotation marks? Are we saving it for the video, or are you showing it this week?
You mean this video right here? you mean this video is actually recorded right here?
I've never seen that before. That's kind of some weird footage.
They found Jimmy Hoffa. Oh my goodness.
That was, I think he just recorded that now. I think that's what happened.
That's right. You didn't go get no water. You ran in the other room and tried to do a short clip with you in an empty box.
Hey, man, you got to pick better friends sometimes, man. I got to pick better friends, man.
I'm going to get in my pickups, and we'll get in the OG. You didn't have one this week?
I was 0 for 0 this week. Nothing, brother.
Got one pickup, but it didn't show up this week. We're still waiting on that Adidas pickup.
Got you. I'm going to show mine real quick. We'll get into it. Them boys right there, all red. You know what I'm saying? Got a steal for the Nike outlet. Very happy about that pickup right there. We're really more happy about the price. If this was regular price, I would not have picked them up. Yeah, keep it 100. Actually, that's for a lot of the shoes that I get, which is actually kind of sad. I got to get better with that. You know, I got to get better with that. These chumpies, though, right here, this definitely would have been a retail pickup. It's just that.
Woo, those are purty.
Yeah, man. This would have been a retail pickup if I known about it when they did originally drop. But I am happy to get it for the price that I did get it for. These are crazy. And then the last pickup.
Wait a minute, Dabs.
Sure.
For the people, you know, when we convert to MP3,
yeah, they
make
won't
sure that
know
you say what that was.
Oh, snap. Okay, so the first, was a all red sock dart. The second one is the High Roller Saucony feature collab. The G9 Shadow 6, they call it the Barney with the purple colorway. A couple of different purples and the lavender. And then the last one, if I can get it out here. Oh, last pickup for me. Should have had it out, guys. Sorry about that, family.
Pause.
The Motorsport 4. You know what I'm saying? Nike had a deal, flash sale, where these were like 114 or something like that, I want to say. So I picked these up, you know, just had to pick it up for the price. The colorway is pretty cool. It's not my favorite four, but you know, like I said, for the money, I had to pick them up at that price. Now we get the Mr. Jedi. What did you get this week?
The synergy is crazy because I did get some sock darts. I didn't even think about picking those up because those have become the house shoes. I got them. They were on sale for $39. The navy ones.
The navy ones, okay.
And then I used a discount, so they were like $24 after tax.
Nice.
So I picked those on, and they literally the house shoes. I throw them on when I'm doing whatever the fuck. So I got those. They already look terrible because I beat them up. I also did pick up the Motorsport 4s on that same sale for Nike, which is funny because I bought these and then returned them. I bought them so I could get a shot at what shoe. I don't even remember what shoe it was. I think it was the Atmos came out that same week. Mm-hmm. And I bought them, returned them, and then I still didn't get the Atmos. And I was just waiting on these to go down. So I copped those. And then the kick that I got that the video actually happened of is the Nagash. Nagash is a black shoe company. I don't know if y'all can see that or not.
Mm-hmm.
These are the Amen-Ra high top. They call them boots. And that's the video. You'll get more looks and information on that. But this is the shoe. Now, I know this shoe ain't for everybody. This shoe ain't for everybody. It is a all red pickup with the patent leather hits, bright red, shiny shoe, black owner, black company, which is very important to me, and it should be important to a lot of people, I believe. You don't have to be black to buy black. So, and I'll talk about more about the details when I do the actual video, when the video goes up, but they each come in their own sneaker bag. So I thought that was dope too. So sneaker bag and everything.
Buckeye City Soul says Nagash sounds like a black Jewish cat.
That is very possible. That is very possible.
Damn, Buckeye called you the Flash.
Very possible. Keep them coming.
But I'm telling you, to be honest, while they're coming in, I gotta tell you that.
Wait, AKA the Ronald McDonald.
I think it's, but
okay. I'm sorry. I appreciate
that.
I truly think it's dope though to buy from your black owned is just super dope, especially if they can match the quality, the service, and everything like that. That's extra dope in my opinion. There's another company that we're talking about pre-show. It was called
Android
Home or Hom, yeah. Android Hom, and they're black owned. They sell in Saks Fifth Avenue. Some of their shoes they're a little pricey, but it looks like you get good quality for what you're paying for. That's another black owned company. So that's dope when you can support, you know what I'm saying? And that support just is going to make everything bigger and better for the company to continue to do what they do. So that's actually super dope.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, the leather, like you'll get, when I put the video up, you'll see it. The leather straight, this ain't the highest quality here. It's not a lot of cushioning and shit like that. But what it means for me is why I was just like, fuck it, I got to get them.
Show the bottom of the shoe again.
The bottom of the shoe actually has the company name and logo Nagash on the shoe. Nothing special. I mean, the sole is just like your Vans or something like that. I feel like I'm doing the video now. Leather guts. So it's a decent quality shoe. It's probably not worth the price that I paid, but I think they're pretty dope. So those will get worn at some point.
There's no place like Home 15s. That's from Buckeye City Soul. The Diddy and Mace ones.
That's actually pretty. Hey,
that's dope.
Diddy and Mace one.
Take that.
I like that. The shiny suit was. Hey, that's what it is. How you gonna rock them?
Yeah, how you gonna rock? I was about to say that.
So my actual thought right now is to wait till like a sneaker con or something like that. When I initially bought them, they were gonna be my gym shoes. If you watched any of these cats, Kai Green, anybody like that, they wear really high shoes that are flat. And I thought this would be dope swag for the gym. But once I got them and I'm looking at the quality, I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna fuck these up in the gym. I'm gonna go ahead and rock these out. So we'll see when I put them on.
OG, what you laughing about over there, man?
They over there.
Nagash, please.
My Nagash.
Nagash, please.
Oshkosh Nagash.
Yes.
Oshkosh Nagash.
No, but real talk, I do like them. And I think I said this, when we were talking about it before, when you were saying that you were going to order, I was glad that you did because I had been, watching them because we had talked about them previously. And I was actually interested in some of the lows more so than I was the boot, the high cuts. But I always ended up shooting late you know, when they were, because the lows, I think because of the price point or whatever, they seem to go a little bit faster. But I definitely I'm glad you picked that up. Look forward to the video. Look forward to the video. Did I say look forward to the video? And may cop myself. We'll have to see.
Shout out to the homie keeping it D real, who always wear heats to the gym. Dude stays wearing his he wear fire red Fords and all kinds of shit to the gym.
For real. I definitely.
I mean, he be going in. So I don't know, man. I might go ahead and put those. Hey, the chat is brutal. I knew when I told OG, I was like, the chat gonna go in. But sometimes you got to take it. You know what I'm saying? You take that. And I like the Diddy and Mace ones though. I like the Diddy and Mace ones.
DT killed it for sure.
Throwback King said, "You NWA, Nagash with attitude." Hey, they might want to get that as a slogan, but they might get a copyright slam. That's what's up.
So let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it moving. We're gonna get to the main course this week, and the main course is we call it a sneaker halftime this week, and this is just a segment or a course in which we're going to talk about 2017, some of the top releases to come out, you know, kind of our thoughts on them and whatnot. I'm sorry, Beer Jedi, what's going on?
I thought you wanted to talk about some basketball stuff before we got to the main thing.
Oh, we can do a little bit about that. Yeah, if you wanted to do that, the chat, you know what I'm saying? We were just really talking about pre-show about some of the trades that happened. I just want to let's just get a quick temperature from the chat about the trade for the first one was D'Angelo Russell going to the New Jersey Nets, and the Nets traded Brook Lopez, and I think the Lakers got a draft pick out of that. Who won that trade, the Lakers or the Nets? You know, we got to know there's a lot of Laker fans out there still. I don't know why, but there's still a lot of Laker fans out there. Who won that trade?
So I missed the trade. It was D'Angelo Russell.
D'Angelo Russell got traded for it was D'Angelo Russell and Timothy Mozgov got traded for Brook Lopez and a draft pick.
I think the Lakers
Depends
won.
on what they get on the pick.
The Lakers won. I mean, because Lopez's contract is up. They'll have the money to give LeBron or whatever they want to do next year, you know, and you know, like I said, they got a pick to go with it. And I don't know if D'Angelo Russell is going to be that dude, especially considering they're going to pick up Ball. Now he's a lock.
Warrior Blood said exactly what I'm thinking. Magic got off on 2 bad contracts. He has way more cap space. Exactly.
Was it too bad? I mean, D'Angelo wasn't the bad. He was on his rookie deal still. D'Angelo was. I don't think.
Oh yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was on his rookie deal. Mozgov was on a terrible deal. He's making like $16 million a year and not really doing much. So
maybe Russell's a bad contract because he wasn't showing up. He was getting money, he wasn't doing what he needed to do.
Well, they was talking about his numbers, like his per 36 numbers. They said his numbers, if he would have got more playing time, was comparable to LeBron and comparable to another player if he would have received the playing time that, you know. But they decided not to go that route. I guess they wanted to tank so they can get that pick, and they sat him down. But you know, that was interesting. Then Dwight Howard, Russell dimed out Swaggy P. Yeah, that is.
Yeah, he was over in LA, bro. They was done with that cat after that.
So Dwight Howard gets traded to the Charlotte Hornets, and they got back a can of spray paint and a Whopper with cheese. They didn't get much back in that trade. They just wanted to shed that cap, but it was kind of weird. They did take back Miles Plumlee, who's owed $50 million over 4 years. So I don't know what Atlanta's doing. They look like they're just giving up. I think Atlanta lost that. I think Charlotte won. You got to take a stab at Dwight Howard if you can. If you get him for nothing, I know he's owed like $27 million over the next couple of years, but you got to take that shot.
Are they in a situation? I don't know about his contract. Are they in a situation where they can just buy him out? Was it a move like that, or
Charlotte probably won't buy him out? They're gonna look for him to do something with that team.
I'm so disappointed in Dwight Howard. Like when he came in the league and when he was doing his thing in Orlando, I was like, yo, this is gonna be the next one. And then it was just like it never curled all the way. It didn't curl all the way, man.
I think what happened with Dwight, the league transition, we went from playing, you know, back in the day, especially when Dwight was in the league, when he first came in the league, it was still about having good big men, whether it was Yao Ming, Shaq, Dwight Howard or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Amari Stoudemire. You had big 6'10" to 7-foot dudes that could move in the paint, knew how to play with their back to the basket. Now, Dwight never knew how to play with his back to the basket, but he was a force on the inside, a physical presence. He lost his physical presence, didn't expand his game, because the league now is basically jump shots, three-pointers, whether you're a big man or not. So the league changed, and he couldn't adapt to that change. The one thing that does get to me, though, is how DeAndre Jordan can survive in this league without having any perimeter game, but Dwight Howard, he fell back. And maybe that's age, maybe that's a loss of will, I don't know. But DeAndre still seems to go hard every night, where Dwight takes nights off. But I don't know. It's just a different league we're in now, though.
It is, man. And it's I'm like you. You said this is when you're the most excited. I'm like, this is when I'm very excited about the league too, man. For real. I'm good to see. I'm happy to see what they do and see the transitions. I will say this though, even though as you've turned on your team, if the Cavs make all these moves that are in the air, you know what I'm saying? The rumor to pick up Butler and pick up PG.
They're not getting both. It's one or the other.
I would really not watch the NBA next season. It's literally a two-team race. It's literally a two-team race.
Well, it was a two-team race this year.
And unless the landscape really changes, it's going to be the same thing next year.
It's going to be the same thing.
If everybody stays the same, it's going.
I don't care how much it changes. Golden State's going to win the championship. That team is. You got 4 damn near Hall of Famers on one team, and I wasn't prime. Some of them before they prime. It's crazy.
Right, I wasn't going that far. I was just simply saying that it was going to be a two-team race. I know you're wearing the hat, and the Kool-Aid is coursing through your veins right now, but they still got to play.
I don't know. I don't know.
We got a special appearance.
Yeah, please say hello since you just
what up?
That's my dinner service.
Hey.
Where my Chick-fil-A sauce though? Bruh, thank you.
OG a nut, bro.
The question that made the round. I don't know. We're gonna get to the main course here. The question that made the rounds last week when I was gone, and the week before that was, could the Bulls team beat this Golden State team? What do y'all think about that?
What Bulls team? Oh, was it the
any of the three-peat teams?
Jordan, Pippen, Robin team. I'm gonna go with that one. Jordan, Pippen, Robin. I think they would have beat the earlier Bulls team with Horace Grant because they probably would have ran them out. But I think with Dennis Rodman, people slept on how well of a defender he was. He could probably guard Durant. He could guard Draymond. He may be able to stick with Klay Thompson. He was a very good defender, and he was interchangeable. So I think with the Jordan,
Pippen, Rodman would get Draymond thrown out of the game.
Oh yeah, he would have.
He would have with his head too much.
Grab his butt, do what he need to do.
Yeah.
That's how he did Karl Malone.
Well,
but I definitely. And then look, King of Foam says under what rule? Under. If it's the old rules, it's the Bulls all the way. It's easy. But I think the Bulls can still beat them with the new rules because they actually play defense. Teams in the NBA don't play defense anymore. There's no defense. The Bulls.
Yeah, but there's also no defense for Steph Curry pulling up from the hash. There's no defense for a 7-foot KD who can hit a jumper from anywhere beyond the half. Like, I get what you're saying. I think the Bulls are dope too. But I don't think we've seen a team like this Golden State squad. Like, these cats is nasty, bro. When you've got 4 dudes who could just pull up and pop, I don't know what you do with that. I don't know what you do with that squad, bro. I get the Bulls playing. I'm not playing that down at all. Robin was amazing. Kukoc was slept on, and like they had a squad. But I don't know what the hell you do with KD.
How quickly we forget. Like we act like Pippen wasn't just all defense all the time, and Robin was the same way. Pippen is on Durant. Who put it like this? Who's sticking Jordan on Golden State?
Jesus, there's no answer for that. But I also don't know that there's anybody stopping KD. If KD's on, I don't know that you're stopping KD.
I don't know.
Nobody's gonna block that shot.
How quickly we forget.
KD's biggest defender is himself.
Yeah, I think these discussions are.
It's interesting.
How quickly we forget. Oh, my God. How quickly do we forget?
Is this the only shoe that all 3 of us have?
I'm pretty sure it's more than that.
No, there's probably some more that we just don't know. You know what I'm saying?
We're going to have a discussion about that.
That might be topic for a show.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could talk about that. But let's.
I'm sorry.
Can we get to the halftime now? To the real halftime.
Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Halftime. Going over sneakers that came out this year, the first half of 2017. That's what we're talking about this week. You know, what we liked, disliked, kind of going just a year in review almost. What we did, we came together so it wouldn't be one-sided in determining which sneakers we would talk about. So, you know, it wouldn't just be all Paul George ones or anything like that. We all had a say in what sneakers we did want to discuss and recap in 2017. We'll give a spill on what we thought about it, if we did buy it, why we did or did not buy it, and things of that sort. So let's get into it. Who had January and February?
That would be myself, sir.
All righty. Let's get into it, man.
So what we did was we ended up getting these down to the top 3 releases for each month. And we did a voting and we figured out who was going to be in 3rd place, 2nd place, 1st place. So for 3rd place, as voted on by the Soli Trinity, the Royal Foams, which shocked me. It probably shocks y'all too. I think Dabs and I put these up kind of high, and they ended up getting enough votes to get 3rd place. So I thought that was pretty damn interesting. OG didn't put these on here. That's the funny thing. OG's not one of the people who voted for the Foams. It was me and Dabs.
The reason I put it on there for January, because I thought January was really, really light. But I thought the foam, they come back out with it, made the marketing for it coming back out, 20th anniversary, all that. I thought that was kind of dope. So I put them. I didn't buy them, but there was definitely a heavy thought process in getting them for me, and I like the shoe. It's dope.
Yeah, and foams are that's the shoe for me that I really like, but I like it on other people. It's not for me, for my collection, but I like the way foams look. My boy has an all foam collection, and I think it's dope to look at, but it's not my kind of kick, personally. The 2nd place. So what we got in here, Dabs voted for the GS Chinese New Year's, and OG voted for the men's Chinese New Year's. And they both voted at number 1. So they ended up being a tie for 2nd place. Number 1 got the most points. So I put them both in here. I picked the pack.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, that's pretty interesting. They both picked them.
That's finishing number 1 and number 2, or that's number 2?
That's both number 2. They both had the same amount of votes.
Yeah, because somebody voted for shit they can't wear. It ended up splitting the vote.
Actually, I did.
No,
Actually,
what kind of sense?
I did it twice. See,
yes, you did.
COG
makes no sense. No shade to Shoe Mama, but really, you should not be able to vote for shit you can't wear. Because you didn't have the linen 4s in there or no other stuff. Like, come on, man.
I was thinking about my beautiful wife, and I was thinking, I wanted to include her.
Come on, don't play the wife card, man. You punk out. That's some bullshit right there, bro. Really?
In the show.
No, that's there. I'm protesting. I'm protesting.
Hey, let's take it to the chat.
I deserve a recap.
Let's take it to the chat. OG, you knew the you knew the. I remember you saying the GS size was there. That you wish that it came in there.
I did say that, but saying that I wish that the GS size came in the men's side is not the same as voting for some shit as top that I can't even wear. Unless you're trying to do the kunta kunte on your feet, you are not going to be able to wear that shoe.
I did not split it on purpose, OG. I just really thought I thought the way they executed that shoe was super dope. That the colorway. I don't know. I thought it was so. I thought the other one was cool too. I just thought it was too much like a taxi.
What is the chat saying?
I don't know, man.
Shots fired.
They just laughing. They laughing.
All right. So, wow. The number 1 sneaker release of January 2017, as voted on by the Soli Trinity, is the Ubik and Diadora Whiz Wit N9000. I think that OG is the only one that has this shoe, but this is one of the shoes that when we saw them mentioned, I think we were on a show when we started talking about them. We were all like, holy shit, this is amazing. I think for Dabs and myself, that price point of $190, was it?
Yeah, $190.
Was a little too steep for our blood, but OG did get a video up where he did the pickup and he did a review of those. So make sure y'all check him out. OG Sneakers YouTube channel. He did a video on that, which was a dope shoe. OG, now that you think about this shoe now later, this is January. We're a couple months later. Have you worn this shoe?
Probably twice. It's dope. I love it. I love it.
That's what I was just about to ask. Do you have the display like this?
I don't, because when I got my pack, they had run out of the little
condiments.
The containers. So I got all the extra laces. I got all of that stuff. I got the bag. One thing that they don't show is that they also gave you like the paper that they would wrap. Like if you bought the cheesesteak and they wrap it up in the paper, the white paper, they gave you that paper with the Ubique and the World Over insignia on the paper. So I got everything. I got the different color laces and everything. I just did not get the condiment containers.
That's a dope shoe, man. It's one of those I really wish I would have in my collection. And I really, because I've seen them go on sale, I've contemplated buying the wrong size because that's all that's left, just so I can have the shoe. I think it's a dope, and it'd be a really dope display.
Yeah, and that's funny that you said that, because I was just about to say the same thing, that Ubique lowered the price, but it's for GS sizes. So I was thinking about getting my wife a pair, but I'm waiting for them to drop it actually a little bit lower. So she may have a pair of those.
Yeah, I think
you do sneaker bully her a lot.
If I had any complaint or disappointment about it, it was just that some of the pictures, early pictures that I show, and as a photographer, I know this happens, so I wasn't too mad about it. But they use a really high contrast when they processed out the pictures, so it made the colors look a little bit darker than they actually are when you see them in hand. But beyond that, the shoe does not disappoint. It is comfortable. Every time I wear it, you know, I always get people stopping me. Either they know what it is, or they're like, what the hell is that you got on your feet? You know, I mean, like, not what are those, but you know, that's a dope ass shoe. So I really like it, and I'm glad I was able to cop. I mean, it was the middle of the night, you know, up early type situation. I think those dropped the same weekend that the Chinese New Year's. So they were actually, I was trying to get both of them, but the store that I went to, you know, because Ubique does have or UBIQ, whatever it is, has a location in Georgetown in DC. They did tickets for those, so I wasn't able. I thought I was going to be able to catch it on the slides. Like, yeah, I need a size 11 and a half in the Chinese New Year's, and the guy was going for him, and he was like, "Oh, wait, I need your ticket," and I was like, "Ticket? What are you talking about?" So I wasn't able to get that, but I did get, you know, the Diodoras, and you know, between the two, that was one that I was really interested in, and I ended up scoring on the Chinese New Year's on the app. So, you know, it turned out to be a really successful day.
That sounds like a win to me, bro. February, third place pick, another tie. Both of us voted this as number one. I picked the perforated one pack. Dabs picked the Chicago 13s. They both ended up with the same amount of votes, but ended up in third place. For Dabs,
yeah,
you did pick up these 13s, right?
Correct.
How do you feel about those now after the purchase?
They are aesthetically, they're nice to look at in hand. They're dope to look at in hand, but on feet is a different story. The 13, to me, the tongue comes up a little too high when wearing them. So I have, like, not for the lows, but for the mids or the highs or whatever you want to call it. For that 13 Chicago, the tongue to me just comes up a little high when wearing them. They feel they when you're looking at them, they don't feel clunky, but when you're looking down at them, they look a little clunky. So I've worn them one time, but I don't regret purchasing them. It's just that I got to make sure I have the right fit on with them. That's just on my feet, though. Other people might, you know, feel differently.
I got you. And then for the second place, all of us were in unison on this. The Royalty 4 got one of the most votes that I ended up tallying. All of us had it about in the same area. I think we all have this. So this is another pair of shoes that we all have, right? Dabs, you got these?
Correct. Yes, my wife got them too.
There you go, 2 pair.
There we go, 2 pair. And this is actually the pair I've talked about before that I got from the outlet for $30 on the trade-in and the 30% off weekend. They ended up being $30 out of pocket. And I ran. That was another video that I shot, Dabs. I ran to the car because I thought I stole something. I was like, $30? Peace. Let's go. Let's go. It's a really dope shoe. I've only worn mine once, but it's one of my favorite shoes.
Dabs,
I just don't mess up.
you probably haven't seen it. Well, I know you haven't seen it because it was on Instagram. But Beer, did you see the picture that Sneakerheads clothing line posted of those with the lace swap with the gold laces in them?
Ooh. No,
Oh
I
my
didn't.
God, bro, those things, shit is fire. That was my only pickup this week. I bought another t-shirt from Sneakerheads clothing line, and I bought the gold laces. I can't wait to put them in the shoe, man, because it's a similar kind of popping gold to what is on the accents, and then man,
Wow.
it really
order
makes
that.
the shoe jump.
I'm at the order.
Really
like-
makes the shoe jump.
I was just gonna say, it sounds like you just sold 2 more pair. And props to the Monday midsole for having Sneakerheads clothing line on the show Monday. I thought that was dope. Y'all did a good job on the show as well. Make sure y'all checking them out on Mondays.
Hey, but don't clown him so much about his connection in the beginning, man. If that y'all was like, almost making guests feel bad, at least to me. Y'all went in on him hard.
Pause. And I had to. I mean, that was a perfect place for that one. The first place, as voted on by the Solely Trinity of the Soul Food Sneaker Talk. This was also damn near unanimous. Best release of 2017 is the Air Jordan 1, Gotta Shine, or the All-Star ones, whatever you call them. I was able to pick up my pair. I still have not worn them. I like this shoe the moment I saw it, and I just kept striking out. So I'm glad to finally have them in the collection, and I can't wait to actually wear these and go somewhere. OG, I know that you have your pair, correct?
Yes, sir, and I have actually worn them already.
And Dabs, you did not pick these up.
No, I like the 6s better actually.
You're still on
Really?
your one band, huh?
I like
Why?
I mean, I'm done with ones. I'm done. I like the low ones still, but I'm done with rocking 1 highs. I'm done with them. So yeah, I rock the 6s. I like the 31s better myself as well. I'm and it's me being biased. I think it's a nice shoe. I'm not saying it's not nice. I'm just done with one. So therefore, I'm biased.
I can't be mad at you. I like those 6s too. The 6s are dope. A few people in the chat are saying that they like the 6 better too. So that's pretty interesting. 13 is one of my favorite J's of all time. It was my first pair of J's back when I was in high school. So it's the nostalgia plus the colorway and silhouette. That's from Young Civic 20. TJ Gledo, for those of y'all who don't know him by that name. Mr. CN Stand Up said that he sold his royalty 4s. Wow. I can't be mad at you. This is good money. Like, I think they're still holding the value pretty good.
He sold them for a steal. I think he sold them for $1, man. I was like, damn, I almost want to buy them, man. I almost want to double up. I want to double up.
He just about sold all his Jordans. I think I watched a video where he sold all his ones, and it was only like maybe 3 or 4 Jordans that he was still holding on to because he was on that. You remember a couple of weeks ago we were talking about, comfort over style.
Right.
Get over to a certain age, you're definitely looking for shoes. So he's been busting out NMDs and some of the runners and stuff like that. So I ain't mad, but I don't know if I'm going to sell all my other stuff and just get runners. But no,
I misread the chat too. One leg listener said no one said that they like the 6 better than the 1s. No one said that. Just Dabs. Dabs, you're the only one that like the 6s better.
No, DT said I love those 6s too. Now,
well, you and Don Turner ain't cahoots tonight because of that.
Only reason
my warrior brother.
only reason he said that is because he's happy you got that hat on. Don Turner over there swimming in Pampers. He don't know what's going on.
I can't believe Don Turner bought that.
All-Star 6 was trash. I don't think that was a trash shoe. I just think people fell out of love with it because of the fact that it was so widely available and the price point was $2.25. So I think that's why people was like, yo, but the leather on the shoe is actually sweet. The colorway to me is actually dope. You know what I'm saying? And if they would have kept that shit in Charlotte for the All-Star game, the theme of it would have been actually kind of decent too. But I don't think it's a terrible shoe. I just think 225 was too high. And when they make too much of shit these days and people think it's trash, in my opinion, I don't think it was a trash shoe.
I wonder what they're going to do next year because the All-Star game is actually in North Carolina, right? It's in Charlotte next year, for real, for real.
Oh, it is in Charlotte. I thought it was in L.A. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
No,
so I wonder
next year is L.A.
I thought it was L.A.
But next year L.A. and then the year after that is Charlotte?
Yeah, I think that's the case.
Yes.
Either way, what are they going to do with Charlotte?
They're going to be lax on their bathroom laws this time around.
They're going to come up with something else, I guess.
They do smell like berries, 804. They do. They definitely smell different. So then the next 2 months were the responsibility of the brother Dabs.
Hey, guess what I did, y'all? Y'all didn't even see it, man. It's gone, baby. Woo! Well, let's get into
Popsicles and Warriors. I can't deal with this cat over here, man.
Man, oh man. So we get into March. I hope you guys can see. Yeah, there we go. We get into March, and it's crazy. I'm glad we all came to the same conclusion on this, because I thought this was one of the very top releases of the year so far. But this shoe for the month of March, the Paul George 1 Shining, or the prototype. You know what I'm saying? I don't think any of you guys picked this shoe up, but
so how did it even end up on the list?
Because Jedi picked it as his third best for the month. So I wanted to ask Mr. Jedi, what did you like about these?
I think that's my favorite colorway out of those PGs, to be honest. It's simple. The only thing I don't like about the PGs, which I haven't had them on feet, so I don't know what it feels like, that curve up at the front is crazy. It looks like elf shoes. But that's a lot of the shoes that they make now for performance have that rounded toe. So that's kind of a drawback. Obviously, I like the one, so I like the flat foot shoes better. But I always thought that the look, the aesthetic of that shoe was dope as hell.
That's what's up. And OG, I know you got a pair, man. You know about the fit on these bad boys, man. How long is it before you can wear these before you're screaming to take them off, in your opinion?
I can't say, because other than to do the video that I did, the Sneaker Bully video, I have not worn.
Oh,
I have not worn them out yet. So to be continued for me.
Got you.
But I figure it won't be very long, because they're kind of narrow. So I do think probably half a day, few hours. If it breaks in, it might be better, but I think that might be an issue.
That's what's up. Next one was I'm going a little fast there. Sorry about that.
Slow down.
Well, that's not pause though. You know, if I finish, fast, then I'm still cool. All right. The Cause 4.
I'm gonna have to get a sensor sticker or something.
The Cause 4 was the next one. It was me and I'm looking through my notes here. Me and OG was the ones that thought this one deserved some consideration. Quality-wise, me personally, I thought this was probably the top release of the year, but I almost can't even count it as a release due to the fact that this shoe is damn near impossible to get. OG, though, why'd you give this one so much praise?
I mean, even though I really got sick of gray, kind of in this season, it seems like Nike's been dropping so much, between the gray suede and then the wools that, a lot of color gray. I just felt it was a really, it was different. We've not seen a collab with Cause before. The execution in terms of the level of quality of materials, the glow sole, and kind of how that green plays off the gray. It was just so much about it too light. Even despite the fact that it was, like you said, damn near impossible to get, and I'm definitely hating on anybody who got it, except for the cost. The price was a little steep, but it is what it is for a premium shoe like that. I get it. So, I'm not going to cry about that. I just really liked about it, everything about it. Plus 4s are, definitely in my top 5, for Jordan silhouette. So of course I would like it from that standpoint.
I agree with all that. I got a quick question for both of you guys. What if the resale on this one drops to, let's say, 500? Would you spend that type of dough on the shoe?
I might.
I wouldn't. I never liked it. I thought some of the creativity was cool. Like the sole. Once I saw the sole glow in the dark and they had the hands and stuff under it, I thought that was dope. But overall, no, it's not a shoe. And plus, it's a great shoe. I mean, y'all have heard me say this damn near every week. I don't really fuck with gray shoes, so I'm good.
Yeah, I think I would drop 500 in a heartbeat for sure. I mean, to me, I just think it's a dope shoe. Period. I mean, the materials look dope. I love the suede where the wing is, that nappy long hair. It just looks like it's something you just want to touch over and over again.
The chat agrees with you. One leg lister, real world kicks. They're both saying 500. I'm in.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And then next up, number 3 was the Air Max 1 Master. This came out on the, I think it was just a sneaker apps. I don't know if a couple of stores may have got this one as well, but it was extremely hard to get. It was actually between the Air Max 1 Master and the Atmos Air Max 1. But I went with the Master because the Atmos was damn near impossible to get. But they both were dope shoes. OG, man, I know you tried to get this one, man. Tell me about how you feel about missing out on this particular pair.
I hate it. And you know, I also tried to get it when I was in London. It was a cat that was highly recommended. They're supposed to have this big store with this huge warehouse, and he kept telling me for 2 days that he was going to find the shoe for me. And you know, at a certain point, you know, somebody just blowing you off. They're not really going to do what they say they're going to do. But yeah, okay, yes, pause. But I'm still looking for it. And I've seen like Lister drop a whole bunch of pictures, which just only reinvigorates me or more pour salt in the wound for the fact that I didn't get them and they have them. But yeah, I know a lot of people didn't necessarily like it, but I just like, you know, that black base with all the, you know, the kind of the what the you know, theme going on around the edges. And then of course it's got the gum bottom. So
sucker for a gum bottom.
yes, sir.
Beer Jedi, did you have interest in purchasing these when they first dropped?
Nope, still don't. I'm not real big on the Air Max 1s anyway. I only wanted the Atmos for the culture. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the shit I was really probably gonna rock. This has just got too much going on for me personally. I understand it's supposed to be premium.
Yikes.
It's not it's not really one of those things. It's not really one of those kicks that I'm interested in. OG, you had a chance in London to get these, right? Like one of the boutiques you were in.
Well, that was what I was just saying. So it was a store that we.
But you were there.
Yeah, but they didn't have it. They had.
Oh, okay. So
they had. That was the store that I'm talking about. So they had it, but they did not have it in my size. I think when I was showing you guys the picture, that was like a size 9 or something like that. They didn't have an 11.5 or a 12. So, you know, talk to the guy, and it was actually some other shoes. It was an Air Max I had never seen before. His price was a little high on it. Shout out to Francis313, who's with the Sneakerbox podcast. He's a big Air Force One, so I was able to hit him up, you know, and try to get an idea of whether or not I should cop that other shoe. But I would have bought them both.
Yeah.
But the problem was when we were in there, it was a dude from South Africa that came in and bought 12 pairs of shoes.
Damn.
And whatever they told him the price was, he said, okay. So, you know, I was so far down the money train that, you know, it was like, whatever, dude. You want Air Maxes? Yeah, I'll get with you next month.
I think Timber Stan just answered my question. I did see a white pair. He said there was a white version as well. I thought the white pair did look better.
The white pair was friends and family, and it was almost, you know, you had to be connected to get that. And if you're not connected and you got it, you know what it is.
Props to you. Back door.
No, that's.
I know for me, the Air Max 1, this was like Beard said with the Atmos. I would love to get this one, but I've had Air Max 1s and they don't look good on my feet at all. They kind of spread. I got a wider foot, so they don't do it for me aesthetically. I look down and look kind of like pancakes on my feet, so I'm straight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not that big of an Air Max 1. I think the only other pair I have was the pair that dropped for Black History Month, like maybe 2 years ago. It kind of has the Kente print around that with a white upper. But it was just something about that shoe, you know, again, that it kind of hit all the good buttons for me.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Let's get into the month of April. And number 1, it was an easy one for April. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had, well, OG and Beer Jedi had this as their number 1 sneaker release for April, but it didn't even make my list because I am biased. But I have, well, first of all, I can't be that biased because my wife does have a pair. I don't. But guys, I mean,
you are biased because you love every Paul George and you hate everyone.
I don't hate
you just say you're not on them. You're not, so our list is messed up because
This is honestly why we ended up doing this list as a vote.
Yes.
Because I knew that certain shoes wouldn't have made it. You know what I'm saying? If it would just been one person, this is why we ended up with the vote.
Look,
So
if
I'm
we
glad
had
to
it,
see these
if we
ones.
had it went with the original idea, when certain people who would not be named were just
It'd
going
have
to
been
make the
all
list
PG.
off, it'd have been straight PG ones for 6 months. The January version of the PG. The February version of the PG one. Oh, how did that get in there? Another PG one.
You want to? It'd be a colorway that I made up. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is a new colorway that I just made.
It's a PG1 concept that they released.
It might be released in June. I don't know.
The PG1 Cincinnati Blues.
But man, I mean, like I said, it's a dope shoe. The leather they use was reminiscent of the Air Jordan ones that came out last year, the Breads. Or please don't shoot me in the head for saying Breads. I know that might be sacrilegious. But guys, you both got them. Did any one of you guys double up?
I did double up, sir.
I think we both did.
Wow.
Thanks to Cadillac, we did the round robin trifecta, and I think all three of us were able to double up.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
I would love to, like, I didn't wear, so I've worn one pair of mine so far, and it wasn't the pair I got from Caddy. The pair that Caddy sent me, the leather is so wrinkled. I'm talking old Native American fingers. And I say that in memory of my great grandmother, who was straight 100% Cherokee. It looked just like her hands. So wrinkled. I was like, I can't touch these. These got to stay in the glass. I can't touch these, man. It's so nice.
That's dope.
It's so nice.
OG, did you rock your pair? Any one of your pairs yet?
Let me think. I don't think so. Not yet.
That's what's up. Man, like I said, this is dope. I mean, I can't knock it. You know what I'm saying? Nostalgia wise, I'm just done with one, so I'm just being a little biased. But it was you guys' number one shoe, so I had to make it mine too, begrudgingly. Number two was the Paul George 1.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Let me look at my list. Hold on. Nah, you're right. I did vote that one up there too.
But the funny thing about it though is that these two were on your list, but it wasn't on mine. That's funny.
Inception.
You both had them as your number two shoes for the month of April. I didn't have them on my list at all because I like the shoe. Don't get me wrong, but when I brought them home and tried them on, they looked a little weird on feet for some. It's like that color. It's something about that color, that off-white. And plus, I'm scared as hell to wear them. You know, I don't want to get them dirty. It seems like if I wear them, that's it. If I spill something or, step the wrong way, then that's it. OG, did you rock yours yet? No, you didn't rock yours yet.
Other than do when I did the on feet,
that's right.
And I caught hell because they were like, you didn't with those pants didn't go. I was like, okay, I didn't change my pants. I'm sorry. I need to make sure that next time I have the appropriate trousers for the shoe. But actually, I liked it because of the color. I mean, because all the ones before, I was like, no, they didn't do anything for me. But this was different. Not only the color, but the different textures and how you have that kind of feathers like in the leather, which is a nice grade of leather. It's not like that hard plastic usually when they do something like that you get. And then the little nappy suede that's on the swoosh. I just liked it. And it's off-white, so it's not, bing, white, and the gum bottom again.
I think what's happening with me with this shoe is that I compare them to the other ones. It's like, to me, this is the worst colorway out of all the Paul George ones that I own.
Oh my goodness, it's the best, man.
Yeah, to me, it's the worst.
Then to flip the switch after that. The rest of them you can have.
Yeah. Beer Jedi, when will your first Paul George 1 pickup be? Putting you on the spot. Come on now, you gotta join the family.
It's probably gonna be the black ones. Whenever I can find the prototypes or the All-Star, the Shining, whatever that's called, that would probably be the one. And when I can catch those, that'll be the purchase. I like these. Like I said, I mean, this was voted as one of my favorite kits. I think this was voted number 1 or number 2. This is number 2 on my list. But I'm trying not to do the all-white thing or the off-white even. I'm good.
I'll tell you, Beard, based on some comments that you have made about other shoes in the past, I'm not sure that. I'm not saying this because I don't think you should try it. I think you should try it, but I'm not sure that you'll like it. Just kind of how you've explained kind of how you feel about how some types of shoes fit on your foot. I'd be surprised if you get it and be like, yeah, I'm gonna keep it. I expect you to be like, it's a dope shoe. I like the way it looks, but it don't fit what I wanted to do.
I think it's probably the worst fitting shoe that I own. And I hate I love this shoe, but I'm telling you, when you put it on your feet, it is on your feet. It feels
what kind of sense does that make?
It doesn't, but there's a lot of Jordans and stuff that we get that aren't the most comfortable, especially Air Jordan 1s. They're not very comfortable, but you rock them because they dope.
Yeah, but I'm not on any shoes like that as hard as you are on these. It's just, it's just odd to me.
I don't know. This one feels like there's a cast on your foot. I mean, it's really on there. Even if you go a size up, it still fits extra tight. It's just nowhere around it. Maybe it loosens up from playing basketball or whatever in them, but right. I don't know. So next up, we have a.
Oh shit! Now wait a minute.
There is no way. There's no way.
What?
You just put the shoe in there.
This was my number one shoe for April, literally. So it made the cut. There was nothing else that made the cut.
Number one, because you had all Paul George all day.
No, actually, April for me, I had the Paul George 1 EYBL, which is what you see here. Number 2 was the Copper Foam, which I thought there was going to be more interest in that one. And then number 3 was the UNC 11 Low. That was my top 3.
Dabs, aka Trump.
But this one almost didn't feel like a release because there was rumors that it was going to be everywhere. Then we found out it was just in New York. And after that, I thought the shoe was dope enough to take a trip, to be honest, but I didn't do it because I found out it was just on the reservation app. So it was a no-go. The shoe is scarce, but I still love this particular sneaker. Hopefully down the road, it will be a cop of mine. But guys, what are your thoughts on them?
Well, V's Kicks say PG's got to go. She not riding with you on that.
I respect that. I respect that.
And I think Timber Stan is saying that you're part of the PG Illuminati. I'm not sure.
Wow. They stole the election, man. They said Dabs is rocking with Russia. Dabs, aka.
Now,
Buckeye City Soul agrees with you. He said those are dope.
Now, I wore these to Sneaker Con, man. I promise you, like, after about 2 hours, but no, really, it was after about 3 hours, they did start to loosen up, but they were still so tight. I cannot get over the fit of some of these new shoes. Like the LeBrons last year were the same way. The KDs are the same way. They fit like cast. I don't understand why they do that. It makes no sense to me.
I think it's that performance thing, man. They trying to do that, basically like you're almost not wearing a shoe, like you're almost wearing just a sock. And, with some rubber and cushioning under it. Really trying to cut that weight down and the bulk, cut back the bulk of the shoe like a second skin type of deal. To me, it's performance that's pushing that. It has nothing to do with anything else. In my opinion. I'm
telling you, I think Nike is shooting herself in the foot with this with these style of shoes, though. Dude, the fact is, I was ready to be on the KD9 train. I liked the KD9 when it came out. I was like, these are dope. I'm all in. Decent price point. I thought they looked good. Whatever. I tried to put them on. I literally could not get it on my foot. My son was the same way. So they're going to lose some customers with this thought process of saying, oh, we just want a one-piece construction. Some people, they want basketball shoes. They want to play in them. But you got to realize that some people do get wide feet. So, but I don't know, man. Let's move on to May. Who had the responsibility of doing May? I know who it did, but I just want him to state it.
Me not know who had the problem with Adi. Let me see what I can do to find this stuff here.
Don Turner said the LeBron 13s are made out of the same material as Thor's hammer.
That's hilarious.
Oh my goodness.
Thor's hammer.
All right. So for the month of May, you all tell me when you can see this because it doesn't come up on my screen in that way. But for May, in the number 3 position, another BS choice because it is a GS shoe, not the Just Don for men, but the Just Don for children. Sliding in at number 3 for the month of May, it is the what is this colorway? Sneak Mill.
Is this the beach or something?
Arctic Orange?
Yes, Arctic Orange. Thank you. The Arctic Orange Don C GS version. That was number 3. What can I say?
Dabs fixed it. I mean, he rigged the voting, man. So the way we voted, whatever you voted as number 1 got the most points, and he put this as number 1, so it was going to beat out anybody else's number 3.
Well, you was the one with the 5-3-1 point process.
I did the process, and you found a way to work around it. I demand a recount.
You like the Philadelphia 76ers, man. The process was flawed.
That piss is digital.
No. Your choices were flawed, but I digress.
Oh, come on.
So it's all good, bro. It's all good. But I still
we're dope, though. Come on.
Okay, but when we do this next time, you cannot pick a GS shoe. Unless you wear a GS shoe, you cannot pick a GS shoe. And that's no shade to Shoe Bomber. But if she's going to come in on the vote, then she could pick a GS shoe.
Well, didn't they come out in adult sizes in June?
Later, but not in May. We in May, bro. Come on now.
All right.
Follow the instructions. I know they're kind of long, but
I did say GS when I did say those. So I thought.
And coming in number 2 is that white cement Presto.
Okay, now hold on a second. How many people voted for this shoe?
Are you challenging? Mr. Paul George is challenging the count. If you need to know, 2 people.
Oh, so Mr.
I did vote on those. I did that's the one shoe from the Safari Pack I really like.
So it received 6 points on the point scale, which made it number 2.
Sir. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone.
So what is your issue with this as number 2, sir?
I don't have an issue. For me, Prestos have to be super simple for me to be on the train. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like super simple Prestos. When they add the extras to it, I'm like, oh, they cool, but it's nothing I would ever purchase.
Okay. So Beard, why did you choose this as number 2?
That's just a clean ass shoe, man. Since buying a pair of Prestos, I've fallen in love with the Prestos. It's a really, really comfortable shoe. And I like the look of that. Again, white has got me standing off a little bit from those and that price point because there's not much to the Presto. You know what I mean? They're done in a minute. I'm a big dude. My Prestos are my gym shoes, and they look like gym shoes now. So it's not a shoe that I'd pay over $100 for, but it's a good looking shoe. I agree with you, One Leg Lister. He said, I crush Prestos. I destroy them. Same here. Crease and sole, yeah. It's my gym shoe, but it's comfortable as hell. If this ever drops down below $100, I'm probably scooping them, though.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you low-key, I'll probably try to pick up the other parts of that pack. You know, originally it was this one and the gold one that I was looking for, and I didn't get the gold. I got the teal, the kind of, it's like a kind of teal and purple, so kind of a Hornets type colorway. That's a dope looking shoe. I really like actually that whole safari feel that they did for those Prestos. So it was an easy choice for me. And when
I'm kind of shocked. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say if it gets too dirty and starts looking too dingy, what I plan to do is get somebody to dye it black and make it a black cement, and then you won't be able to see it, but it'll still be a dope colorway.
Dope idea.
Yeah, FBCC has some prime knit dye that will work perfect on these, so that's not a bad idea. I think our credibility is in question with our list so far. They're looking at our top 3s. They're like, y'all got PGs in here, y'all got Prestos. I don't know, man. We might be costing ourselves viewers.
You know what? We like what we like. Y'all can put what you like in the comments, and we'll get to those in a minute. So number 1 for the month of May.
Oh.
It should have been a unanimous number 1, but somebody over there that's on the Golden State bandwagon was just being, just hate. You was just throwing hate. There's no reason that this should not have been a unanimous number freaking 1.
Okay, Beer Jedi. So you had these number 3, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Because it's a 1.
No. I had number 1.
Number
1 for May. They were number 1.
So how did they not finish number 1 then?
They did finish number 1. I said they should have been unanimous across the board, meaning you should have picked them too, but you didn't. You had them freaking Don C's.
Oh, so you went from 3 to 2 to 1.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you went 1, 2, 3. My bad.
No. No, them Don C's was a number one. How could they be number one and you were the only person that picked them? Come on, bro. That math don't work.
I guess we just can't have opinions anymore. The OG.
No, you can have opinions. I'm just saying, really, there's no reason why. I just expected of anything. I expected that shoe to be across the board. The fact that it didn't even make your list was surprising to me.
I didn't like them like that. They look like baby bronze shoes. You know what I'm saying?
But you like the Barons over those? The Baron 11s, really?
I thought the Barons were better. I thought the Pure Money 4s were better.
I'm sorry. You were saying?
That's my opinion. You know, they were cool. They were okay. It's just something that I don't know what I would wear with those. You know what I mean? It's just like, and like I said, I might be being biased, but that color is kind of like, I guess for me, I wish they would have did a little bit more because the Wings 12 that came out last year, you know, you can scratch them off and make a little something and feathers and all that shit. I think this one you can't do anything with, right?
Right. That's just a shoe.
That's just a shoe. So it's like, I thought when they first released the images, I was like, oh, maybe this will turn all black. Or maybe it'll do something. Maybe it'll be, I mean, I don't know. When they say wings now, I'm expecting feathers or something different to change into something different. So I don't know. They like to me.
You know the shoe does have the wings on it though, right?
On the bottom of the sole, correct?
And on the inside of the
flap,
whatever you call that collar, where the Jordan logo is.
Yeah.
The Wings logo on the inside of it has that.
Yeah.
Not that would have changed your mind about it. I'm just pointing that out to you.
They cool. I mean, how's the leather on those? I always wanted to know that.
Amazing.
Okay, that's what's up. Now I'm cool on those.
All right. So let's get to June. And again, we are going from 3, 2, 1. All right. So for third place in June, there was like a 3-way tie.
Oh, come on, man.
It was a 3-way tie.
Come on, dude.
But you know what? If everything is trash, then you know you just get the fact that something else got in a tie with some Paul Georges. I really just don't understand. But anyway, the 3-way tie was between the Nappy Afro Paul George 1 element. No, I'm sorry, the Paul George 1 Elements.
Hey man, chat going in on those shoes. They call them the Iron Man ones. They say Wizard of Oz 10-man ones. They going in a little bit on that shoe, OG.
I think 10 is silver, but you know, maybe I digress.
Uh-oh. Oh boy, here we go. So how the Cadillac Jackson said, how did these PG ones make June?
And why does it have to? Why you just have to be telling me? Because I'm not the only person in here that voted that shoe number 1. But you were just focusing on me.
Dabs doctored the list.
So he did because because the shoe that you picked number 1 got the most points.
I did not.
So
did I pick this?
You trying to tell me the Element's not number 1?
No, I picked. I'm trying to look at my picks. My apology, fam.
It was his number 2.
It was number 2. It was my number 2. It was on number 2.
Right, but the way you made the PGs kept making the list is because you put them up high enough that they got a lot of points. So when we did our voting,
because he knew that nobody else was going to pick them, but if he picked them first or second, they were always going to at least slide in at third.
There we go.
Yeah. So
the conspiracy.
Yeah,
no, there's no conspiracy. You're the conspiracy.
This is why we had hey, trust me, y'all, that everybody saying how many PGs we got on here. If we had done this show the way it was originally presented, it would have been all PGs. Trust me, this is better. I promise you. This is better. This theory is the same thing about Beer Jedi's video theory. I have a video.
Not even close. You are a straight up Paul George 1 bully.
Oh my goodness!
They could have,
and how many pairs of Paul George 1s do you have, OG?
1, and 2. I was no, you're right, 2. But I was bullied into getting into them in the first place. Go back and watch the video. Oh, I got the video evidence in Soul Food Sneaker Talk.
I shot a video.
No, that was. I'm telling you shot that in the other room just 10 seconds ago.
Video.
All right, so back to the list. Tied for third place, the Paul George Nappy Afro 1s.
Yeah.
Also, the Mars Blackman Can't nobody get them. People waited all night for 40 pairs. If you all haven't seen Cadillac Jackson's video that he did on the camp out that he did to try to get these pairs, y'all should check it out, man. It was a cluster. I mean, they had 400 people in the middle of the night in Brooklyn.
I'm sorry.
Trying to get the shoe, man. And they had 40 pairs. It was crazy. And then they didn't even have the shoes for the people to get. And it was cash only. It was just
man, that could have really went left like really fast, man. I'm glad that it didn't, because that's crazy. And I don't even think the shoe that dope, to be honest. I'm just keeping it a buck.
Right. So that was also tied with the Defining Moments Pack 1998, the 13-14. Those are all tied for third place for the month of June. Coming in at second place, it's that Alternate Motorsport 4. And since both of you guys voted this into second place, why?
This is one of the shoes that I had on my calendar list when I saw these come out. It's one of those that I've set the target on. I really like that shoe. I just seeing how the years progress, it's one of those shoes that I know that I can wait on. So I'm gonna wait so I can pay less than $205 after tax. But I love that shoe. The colorway is dope as hell. It's just like the
you love it, but you don't love it enough to buy it no matter what.
Not enough to pay $205 after tax? No.
Okay.
Literally, like there's not a lot of shoes in my collection that I paid that much for. So that's just one of my things. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna scoop it up.
You know,
what about you, Mr. PG?
I didn't have these on my list. That's the bad thing about it. But you know, they probably would have been number 4 for me. I've had them in the hand. The leather quality is just stupid. But like Beer Jedi said, right now in this environment, this atmosphere, it's just there's not going to be much I'm going to pay retail unless I feel like there's not a chance for me to get them. You know, especially if it's something I really like. But you know, I will have these. It's just a waiting game. I like them. They dope in my opinion.
And in fairness, let me correct myself. Beard had him the number 1, and I had him at number 3. Actually, I didn't have it on my list. At first, I had the Step Over, the Reebok joint that dropped. And then I had to really be honest with myself. At first, I was hating on this shoe because I originally in the beginning of the year, it was rumored that it was going to be the Bread 4 because I guess the number that they used for this was the same as an old colorway number. So people were saying that it would be the Bread 1 or the Bread 4. And at a certain point, or Black and Red 4, whichever you prefer. And at some point, they realized that it wasn't going to be that and it was going to be this alternate. And I was kind of salty just because I really wanted it to be the Black and Red 4. But once I saw the quality of the leather, you know, I was like, there's no way that I could choose, you know, no disrespect to AI, but I couldn't choose the Step Over this shoe, just the quality of the materials alone. And I actually like the alternate better than the original from the standpoint. I'm not really that high on all white shoes. And I like, you know, swapping out the black for the white and still keeping the blue accents with the gray. It's dope to me. So yes, you did not have that on your list. So please let me correct that. All right. And number 1, anybody want to guess what number 1 was?
I know.
What is it?
Numero uno is them chutney things.
Oh, yeah.
The 13 low chutneys is the number 1 shoe from the Solely Trinity's perspective that dropped for the month of June. And from the first time that I saw this shoe, because I don't necessarily remember it when the OG dropped, but I saw it some years later. I was in the store someplace and somebody had them on. And I just loved that rust kind of color.
Man, I'm so disappointed with us.
You know what? I don't care. I knew this was going to happen. From the standpoint of people not like, why would they pick that? But the funny thing is we're disappointed with each other. So it's just It's disappointment all
Everybody's more disappointed than me, so I'll take the blame on this one. You know, I'm a Paul George fan and whatever, but yeah, maybe they're more disappointed with me. Yeah, I'll take it.
So yes, chat. You can tell. What do y'all have as the number one release for the month of June? What does the chat say?
Buckeye
right now,
says the
right now
motorsports over these.
Yeah, I think everybody liked the black motorsports the most.
Man, I'm sorry, chat. Y'all tripping, man. These chutneys was crazy. I don't know how these joints did not sell out, man. I'm telling you, everybody and they mamas even saying, oh, and this is before they came out. Oh, when the chutneys come out, I gotta get them. I gotta get the chutneys. Everybody was like that, and now nobody like them. That is weird to me. That is really strange to me because these joints, as soon as I knew they was coming out, it was automatic. I was locked and loaded. Only reason I ain't buy two because they were sitting. So I'll get another one. I'm cool with it. I want 2 or 3 of these joints for real. These are dope.
Mr. NC Stand Up said I picked the Walmart and ones over these.
Shoot.
That's okay.
Cadillac Jackson said the DMP pack number 1.
I could go with that.
And that DMP pack, I'm going to grab. I'm just waiting maybe another week or 2, but those will be in my possession.
But I would never pick the Motorsport 4s over either the DMP pack or the chutneys. I mean,
I agree.
It's a dope shoe. Don't get me wrong, but it's an alternate, meaning that it's just something they decided to do because they on this alternate thing now. And I mean, the chutney. This is the first time the shoe has been available since it dropped originally.
Yeah, I think that was a 98. I want to say.
So, to me, it was just a no-brainer. But
it's got no votes.
So I would be curious to know, even though, the people like Buckeye, did you still cop? Didn't you cop the chutneys, or did you pass on them?
Hold on, did he see his comment? He said you got to wear cross colors and make them jump off.
Yeah. Okay.
Man, those would be easy. Those are so easy to rock, in my opinion. I haven't worn mine yet, and it's because I'm waiting on pair number 2.
Everybody that's trying to clown me about the chutneys now got Tim's in their closet, so don't even talk to me. Same colorway.
I don't get it, but you agree with me with that, OG. Everybody was talking about old chutneys.
Oh yeah, everybody.
Everybody.
As soon as they saw them drop, they was like, "Oh man, if these drop, oh man, I'm."
That's crazy. I don't get it. But the one thing I can say about them, they're not the super duper great quality, but just the nostalgia of them. The colorway was pretty close to the original. I don't know, man. The leather on the toe is just pure shit, but that's most Jordan 13s anyway, because the Chicago's were the same way. But that hurt my heart a little bit to see these like still available with a full size run on Nike. Hurt my heart a little bit.
So, Real World Kicks was asking me in the chat if my DMP pack was painted sloppy. I'm trying to see on the 13s. No, not on mine. Mine are pretty clean.
Yeah, the pair that I seen them at Foot Locker. They were begging me to purchase them, but that they were clean. That 14, that leather on that 14, that side panel is some of the softest butt tree leather you ever see. It is ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree. To me, it's just I don't know. It's like a no-brainer. I mean, I shouldn't say no-brainer because, it is expensive to buy. But when you think about the fact that it's 2 shoes, I think it's expensive to buy at one time. If you were doing the shoes individually, in that $225 to $250, $250 is at that premium price, but it's still, people jump on stuff that's way further than that, and don't think about it. So I think, just dropping that kind of money on one thing, I understand it. That's
obviously, I don't necessarily think that's the case. I just think this is the climate we're in. You know what I'm saying? The climate that we're in. I mean, if we were still in that climate to where things are selling out so fast, and people then it'd be like, oh, shit, I would have them hoes. I would definitely have to get them. But we in this climate now that you can wait a little bit.
Wait.
I roll the dice a little bit on this pair. But it's something that I want. I really like the 14. I don't even like the 13. But the 14 is strong enough to say I'll just settle with the 13 and keep it in the collection. We'll go from there.
Buckeye City sold last, and this is for both of y'all. I think y'all both have 14s. Do the 14s fit y'all normal, like your other Jordans, or do you have to go up and down a size?
Yeah, I heard him say that. For me, I would, I'm 11 and a half straight, and I didn't have a problem. I've never had to go up on 14s. For me, the only thing that I really have to go up on in Jordans that I have so far is 12s. 11s, because the patent leather for me is just a little tight, and I prefer that half size, little extra room in the toe box for me. But no, not for either one of those shoes. No.
I agree. I have 11 and a half in the 14. They both actually, I have 11 and a half and a 12 in the 14. So they both fit okay. 11 and a half is a little bit, I mean, they both are cool. I don't have no problem with them. The only one I got to size up on is that 11 low. 11 low to me fits so tight. The regular 11 I'm cool with, but the 11 low fits terribly tight to me.
Yeah, for me, it's the opposite. For 11 low, I can do my true to fit size, but for the highs, I got to go up to a 12.
That's funny, because for the 11 low, I could damn near go up 2 sizes. Like
Wow.
a 12 and a half is my perfect size, and I bought the gold, that gold medal one in a 14, and it fit.
Closing ceremony.
The closing ceremony. I bought them in a 14, and they fit. I just returned them because the worker that was there, he wore a 14, and he really wanted them, and I just kind of copped them as an impulse, so I returned them and let him get them. But yeah, I'm with you on that. It's weird how some of these shit fit.
Yeah, it is. All kind of depending on what your feet looking like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're done with that one. What's a couple of, just before we move on, what's a couple of shoes that did not make the list for? I wrote everything down, so I'm gonna just go with January and February with a shoe that didn't make a list. The Stealth 15s didn't make it, and the Take Flight 8s did not make it. It was a surprise for anyone of you guys.
I bought the Stealth 15s.
We all got a pair of Stealth 15s, I want to say.
We do. That's another one. It's not one of my favorite shoes. I got it because it was a good deal, and I think they look good with sweats, but I don't really sweat the 15s at all. The Take Flight 8s, I do like those. I like the Bugs Bunny 8s too. The 8s are one of my favorite Jordans, so I'm not shocked that neither of those made it, though, to be completely honest.
For me, January was a really January and February were really crowded months, and I had a real, trouble kind of narrowing down to, what was going to be my, my finals, because you had the Royal Foams. I also was in love with the whole Adidas DMP or not the Adidas Black History Month pack. The D Rose 7, the Lillard, and the James Harden. The Air Zoom generation, that first game, the first retro for LeBron to drop. So it was just so much stuff. It was tough for me to to pick a that I like. It was tough for me to narrow down and pick.
February we had the OVO 12s and the Yeezy Zebras. That didn't make the cut either.
Right.
So that was that's a little bit surprising to me. For March, the only one that was a surprise, well, not really a surprise, was the Obsidian 15s. That didn't make the cut. And then for April, that UNC 11 low. And then we also had the Atmos Air Max 1, but I think that was pretty much right there. But that didn't make the cut for that month.
When did the red foams come out?
I don't know. I think that was either March or April, I want to say, if I'm not mistaken.
I think I'm surprised it didn't make it.
And then for May, for me, I didn't have much for May. I didn't like the month of May too much. The only one I think that didn't make the cut was, the Pure Money 4s didn't make the cut. And that's another shoe for me that I'm waiting for that price to go down to a point to where I can just grab them. Because that shoe was impeccably made.
The only reason that one didn't make my list is because I like that shoe for a custom. Like as an all-white shoe, I don't really like it. But for a custom to do something else with that upper on there, it's damn close. I think that was when? What month was that?
That was
May.
May, yeah.
May. So that was right behind my other vote, which was the KD AD, the Kobe AD with the white shroud. That was my third place vote. The money was right behind it.
Yeah, for me in May, I think it's funny that I'm the only person that didn't have or even expressed that they had any interest in the Pure Money, but I'm the only person that bought them.
They're a dope shoe, man. I think they're nice. The quality is dope on them. I like them.
Mm-hmm. But I went back and forth. I actually had the Baron 11 lows on my list, but then I know we had talked about trying to do it outside, and really real talk, that Overkill Adidas EQT that dropped. It was actually the same weekend that I was fortunate enough to go to London for the sneaker con. That's just a dope shoe, man. I'm still trying. It's still on my list, but it was I want to say it was $140, $150 now. And it's like the best price I can find is like $350, and I can't. I like it, but I don't like it that much.
Yeah, for
it's a really dope shoe.
The month of June, I had a shoe on my list, and I liked them. It was the VaporMax B Trues. I just thought the different color pods on the bottom of that VaporMax, I thought that was so dope. I have not tried on a pair yet, but I'm looking to do that. And then I wrote down the Linen Forest for the GS size. It's another GS shoe. I thought that shoe was executed actually pretty well. The leather's nice. It's a great color. Wish they came out in adult sizing, but they've dropped a lot of fours this year. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Those VaporMax to me feel like one of those. I know that they're moving units, so it is what it is. It feels like a shoe that's the gimmick that they're trying to put off. Like, remember, I forget what brand it was, but they had the Catapult that actually had a goddamn catapult in the sole, supposed to help you jump. Was the gimmick? Like,
yeah.
Like the air sole is enough. We don't need to see the pods. It looks weird to me. But people are rocking them, so I mean, it is what it is.
Like you said, it's gimmicky. That's what I thought. The same thing. I mean, to me, it's like a regular Air Max to me, but they gotta do something to get Adidas off their neck.
Yes, Mr. NC Stand Up. Somebody did mention Adidas. Like I said, those Consortium Overkill Adidas EQTs. I think it was the coat of arms pack or whatever, but I like the darker one that had the boost on the bottom. That shoe is fire.
And I
really like it.
I think I had the EQT support, the EQT Boost 9317. They came out with a couple of colorways of that this year. That's a totally dope shoe. And then Kith had came out with the Pure Control Ultra Boost, the pink flamingos. I had mentioned that shoe as well, which I thought that shoe was just, I thought that was a dope shoe, but it's just impossible to get.
And Say I Boogie mentioned something about the Puma Coogis.
Yeah.
I didn't put it on my list because the actual first drop of the ones that are like the all Coogi material all around, I couldn't remember what month they dropped, because they actually dropped as a quick strike before they came out as like general availability this past month or this month, I guess. But actually are very dope, and I have them both. So while they did not make my list, I think if we probably had gone to top 5 rather than top 3, there have been a bunch of. I think our list would have been a little bit more respected, because it probably would have been more of things that people are thinking about. But definitely that, I'm telling you, that Puma Coogi, both of those shoes in their own right are fire. And if you haven't seen them, check out the video and let me know what you think. I did do a review of both of those shoes. Like them both. Glad to have them in my collection.
Sure, for sure. Let's get to the dessert. Talk about a couple of future releases that's going to be coming out. The first one, we got some more refined pictures when they first came out with the photo. They just showed this diamond pattern, but it ended up being the finished product, the Air Jordan 6 Pinnacle or Flight Jacket. They're supposed to release in August for $225, so there's a little bit of a price boost.
Is that satin?
It looks to be satin to me. I don't know if that's 100%, but it looks satin to me. Which, what do you guys think? Is this a cop, drop, flop? What's going on?
If it was just that color and they did the normal suede or leather on a 6, I'd be with that. Like, I think that really looks good on a 6. But the same thing I said for the satin ones, I don't want no satin fucking shoe. So nah, satin, nylon, whatever you want to call it, Don Turner, that's an L for me. No look pass on those.
Yeah, I get what they're trying to do, you know, kind of, you know, jumping off of that satin bomber jacket type vibe, but I got to be with Beard on this. I'm just not really. I don't see myself rocking a satin shoe, and even like if I was doing a show or something, you know, like a concert or something, and you know, you would kind of wear some shoes that maybe you wouldn't normally wear anyplace else, but you would wear them on stage. Real talk, I don't necessarily know that I would wear it then.
I know if these joints was limited, you know, everybody gonna be on them though. Oh my God, they only got so many pairs. I gotta grab them.
And I will say this: if it had used other materials and it wasn't just like this, at least by this picture, it looks like it's all satin. But like if the 2-3 part,
was,
you know, and the 6, no, well, no, I'm gonna say if it was satin and then the rest of the shoe was suede, you know, I would consider it more.
See,
some different combination, but just all that satin is just too much for me.
But I agree with you in the concept what you're saying. I thought the 2-3 was either a suede or a good leather, and then the inlays was right there, was that flight jacket pattern. I think that would have made it a little bit more dope, but
been amazing.
Yeah, I don't think it's terrible. I don't like the 225. It just, that material, I don't know if it screams 225 to me, especially if it's nylon. So that might, I don't know. This would be one, me personally, I would have to see in the hand, but you know, if it's a GR, then shit. I mean, I guess it won't be to the pinnacle, but I don't know. It's one of those I don't knows, but I would probably lean towards no, in my opinion. I don't think they're terrible looking though.
The chat is split on that. Don Turner said the 6 is on that different tip, similar to Beard's Diddy and Mace ones.
Man, oh man. And then we got another piece of dessert. Hopefully this one will be more delicious for you guys. But this is a rumored release to come out in 2018. It's a Nike Foamposite Abalone. It's based off a shell, the inside of a shell that's found in California. This is just a mock-up drawing per se. But when I seen the actual photo, I was like, man, if they come out with something like that, and it looked like it may have that type of iridescent going on. Me personally, I would cop these shoes if that's the thing that they're going with, that iridescent kind of look to it. Jedi, what do you think about these? Would this be your first phone purchase?
Hell no. I don't. No, this looks like the Foamposite throw up.
Ooh.
Ooh. That looks like puke. It looks like puke.
Ooh.
Goodness gracious.
And I'm a graphic designer and I like artsy shit. That looks like puke.
OG, what's your thoughts?
Shout out to the Kang. I know he's dancing around right now because we talking about foams.
He said bingo.
But he had shot me a text with these, and what I said to him was I really have to see him in hand, because I had mentioned that the picture that he sent me looked more like a drawing. It's possible something that, you know, I might consider, but it depends on how it looks. And as I'm sitting here thinking about it, you know, if it's too shiny, it would make me think about the mirror Foamposites and how the problem that the people were having with the mirror stuff chipping off, which would be, you know, a downside for me. But it's a maybe. I gotta wait and see.
Yeah, they said these were going to be a premium foam, and then, you know, the premium price is $250. That's the supposed rumor, though. Like I said, it's not going to release until 2018. So, you know, a lot of details and things about the shoe will probably change. I think they dope, though. I will pick them up.
Right.
All right. Let's get to the bill. Not much.
Hang on. I got one more quick to add in there. I had mentioned to you guys, shout out to Ali Vida. I don't know if he's joining us from the Netherlands tonight, but he had sent a post about this shoe. And because I know we are a fan of Diadoras over here, there's a Transformer Diadora pack that's rumored to be dropping in August, I guess in conjunction with the movie. So you've got some of the different Transformer colorways. I believe the red and blue is supposed to be for Optimus Prime. I'm not sure who the purple one is for. I know the black and gold is for Bumblebee, but I just thought that was a dope touch. You know,
fire.
I'm a fan of the Transformer movie series. And I am a new fan of Diadoras, and some of their runners and colorway. If the materials on these are as nice, as some of Diadora's middle or premium shoes, it'll definitely. I see at least 3 of these that that I would definitely be looking to try to get my hands on.
They're gonna try to tax you out the gate for those jump. They probably talking at least 200. That Bumblebee is crazy, but that's because I like the S8000 silhouette a little bit better than the N9000 joints. But like you said, I could see the Bumblebees, maybe a purple pair, but yeah, those are dope, man. Let me see that one more time, OG. Yeah, keep talking about them joints.
Okay, yeah. So again, this came, if anybody's interested, the only pictures that I know of surfaced, this was off the Nike Talk, that website. But again, they got the red and blue with the little touches of gray, which if my memory serves me correctly, should be colorway for Optimus Prime. I'm not sure about this particular colorway in terms of what this one is for. And then you've got the more all purple colorway, which I think was one of the Transformers that were later. Which one you say, Beard?
I was saying Megatron is what I thought.
It might be, now that you mentioned that might be what it is. And then the yellow and black with the little hits of red for Bumblebee. So I just thought it was really dope. And I like the fact that they have the Transformer, kind of icon on the heel of the shoe. So it's definitely, you're not just leaning on the colorway, but they're also, adding in those other touches to bring them together. And these pictures are kind of small and I can't enlarge them. But it looks like on the tongue too, it also has, kind of that Transformer helmet image on the tongue as well. So it looks like the execution on these are going to be really dope. I can just imagine the type of boxes they could do, with like the different characters on the boxes and so forth. So I'm hoping that, they really, really knock it out of the park. Just a bunch of different ways that I could see they could do it. I mean, I know that they would never do it, but imagine if you had like a quadruple pack where you got some kind of special box or special packaging where all of these shoes, you could get them all together. I think that would just be fire.
Like a big old Transformer box or something like
that. Yeah, exactly.
That'd be dope.
I'm not feeling those. I'm feeling the idea, but I feel like sometimes the concept should match the shoe. To me, that just looks like a different colorway of a shoe. It doesn't look special. Like I think a Jordan 6 would be dope for the Transformer, or just because we've seen the chameleon paint job of the All-Star series, that would have been dope to do for these. If it's a Transformer, have a shoe that looks like it could be different colors. To me, that's just, it's easy, and I'm not really feeling them.
Yeah, that's why I like the Bumblebees the most. To me, that one stands out the most. And like I said, I like that silhouette a little bit better than the N9000. So, like I said, the materials are super dope. You know what I'm saying? And it depends how it's packaged and stuff like that. That will play a part in purchasing those.
So here's a little bit closer view. Okay, I'm sorry. I was just saying I was able to get them expanded a little bit so you can see a little bit closer view of the Bumblebee. And I would agree with you, Dabs, in terms of the ones that they've shown. Just the execution of this is really, really nice. You kind of got that machine-like triangle there in terms of the eyelids. Yeah. Just nice. But I get it, Beard, saying about the it could have been a little bit more forward, but it's really kind of consistent with how Diadora does their shoes from the standpoint. Even if you look at anything that's got a bunch of broad colorways, they still kind of have a certain formula that they do it with. Yeah. But I just wanted to mention that because like I said, shout out to Ali Vita. He had tagged me and Beard on Instagram. Appreciate it. And I'm sure that these are probably going to be dropping overseas sooner than they will drop here. So we might have to enlist him for the assist.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. It's dope. Dope. Okay, so
back to the build.
Yeah, let's get to the build. Not much releasing this week. And if I could find what I'm doing here, excuse me, give me 1 second. Is that up?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. So this is sneaker releases for now. This one comes
I
out.
don't see nothing.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I take that back. No.
You can't
My
see
bad.
anything.
Nope.
No, we see you.
I know you don't want to see that.
Especially not with that damn hat on.
Now you do want to see that.
There you go.
Am I good? Okay, cool. Air Jordan Converse pack, $300. They come out June 28th. I'm going to say something kind of crazy here. I don't think the Converse is that bad. The price of the pack to me is a little attractive. I mean, usually a Jordan goes for freaking $200. You know, the Converse being at $100 is a little bit overpriced, possibly. You know what I'm saying? But it got the Jordan brand, the Jordan. I think it got the Jordan brand on the inside, the wings.
Yes.
The pack is actually kind of nice at how it's packaged with the Jordan, the Converse side. And like I said, $300 is not that bad of a price point. I might go on these possibly if they're readily available. I don't know how many they're dropping or if they're going to be super limited or whatever, but I'm changing my mind on these. I actually kind of like these. What are you guys' thoughts?
So help me out. With this pack, why did they do the Converse and the Jordan 2?
So the Jordan, the Converse Mid was one of the shoes that Jordan played in when he was at North Carolina.
Okay.
And the 2 is it was originally a PE only. There was apparently some type of pro-am game after his I want to say his rookie season in the summer that he played in, and it was at North Carolina, and that was the shoe that he wore. It was like a kind of basically a Chicago colorway Jordan 2, but it has the Carolina blue on the heel. So they are basically in there together because it's like his beginning, so to speak. It's a shoe that was from his college days, and then a shoe that he wore as a pro, but still was given an homage to his college days at a special thing that was at North Carolina.
Yeah, I think it was a alumni game or something like that
Yes.
he rocked that. If I'm not mistaken, I thought it was an alumni game. And
You are correct.
But it's not. I don't know if the quality is going to be there. I don't know. I think just like for a collection piece, it might be kind of dope to have. And, I think it's kind of appropriately priced, but I don't know. I don't know how available it's going to be. I don't know. But I'm contemplating it.
No,
Next.
I think
I'm sorry.
I think the Converse is the winner out of this pack. I really wish they would have done the Converse and the Jordan 1 UNC colorway. The synergy just makes more sense. I get the story. I think aesthetically that would look better. Hey, I'm not a fan of 2, so that's I'm good on these.
OG?
Originally I was a little bit more hyped on the pack when they were talking about that it was going to be the Converse. I think the Pro one, the all leather, more high shoe that I know from Dr. J wearing.
Right.
I think that would have been a better selection of a 1, but I understand from a historical standpoint, there's a reason for choosing this particular shoe. Right. It kind of took a little bit of the wind out of my sails, about being enthusiastic about it. I'm kind of on the fence about it right now. I got to see it before I could, make a decision. The price point is not bad. If I would buy it, real talk, it would be more because it's kind of unique, and again, it's that kind of synergy between Converse and Nike now that Nike owns the company and what it allows for them to bring in. But it's not something that it's not a slam dunk for me.
I can agree with that 100%. Next release, the Nike SB Dunk. I don't want to say that word. They come out June 23rd for $110. I don't want to pronounce it.
Momofuku.
The what now?
Momofuku. Don't say it the other way.
Okay, I won't say it.
Momofuku, you too.
June 23rd, $110. I like the shoe. It's low. I can't rock. I tried to rock a high dunk. I just can't do it. They're not very comfortable, and I don't like the way they look on my feet. If it was a low, it'd be a little more tolerable. But I'm not a big fan of dunk lows anyway. It's a pass, but it's something I would like to look at, but not wear.
Is that black or gray or?
It looks like a gray, heathery gray kind of black kind of.
Is it jean material though? Is that why? Is it like a canvas or?
To me, it looks more canvas, but I'm not 100% sure. Just from the picture, it looks kind of canvassy.
Yeah, I would agree.
I want to see them. I like dunks a lot, so I'm on the fence. I just purchased another pair of dunks that'll hopefully be here next week. So yeah, I'm interested. On the fence.
The Sneaker Fouls podcast says they have good noodles, and I think this is based off somebody that owns a restaurant in New York, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
Looks like Don Turner said they're only available at their restaurants.
Oh yeah. Oh well. I'm sorry I brought these up then.
Yeah.
Cadillac Jackson, we might need that assist, sir. I might need that assist.
I think Cadillac just said Momo Foku.
Thomas. You ain't better have him do another Spike Lee. They're gonna be going crazy.
It's not going to happen, brother.
Hilarious.
Then one more drop for I don't know if this is what's the date? It's tomorrow. The Nike Vapor Max Triple Black, $190. I think it's a cool shoe. I'm not going to get them though. It's just something that I'm not interested in purchasing right now. I think I want to wait till the hype kind of dies down and then maybe buy one on the back end.
Pause.
I would really like this is if it wasn't. I think the Vapor Max are like $180 or $200 or something like that. If it wasn't that expensive, I wouldn't mind doing a sole swap on these. I don't really like that Air shit on the bottom. I would like to see these with a regular Air Max sole. But I'm not buying either way.
I thought the upper was like just plain as hell, and that Vapor Max kind of made the shoe, like the way the bubbles are spaced out. Because to me, it just looks like a plain ass shoe with a dope ass bubble. You know what I mean? If you're into the bubble.
Yeah, I'm good on those. Man. I'm too big to be walking around on some shit that look like it's gonna pop.
Every time I see those shoes, I can't get the visual out of my mind, and I'm sure a bunch of people have done it, but people have posted pictures on, especially early on when these shoes started to come out, posted pictures of socks with the little pods that you use to put in your laundry detergent or the dishwasher pods.
Yeah.
I definitely want to at least try the shoe on to see what it feels like, but I haven't seen a colorway yet that's like, okay, now I want to go out and find it. And I feel like I'll never get it because once I probably find it, it'll be the one that everybody wants, and it'll be impossible to get.
They make me think of the I'm Gonna Get You Sucker movie. He's got fish in his shoes.
Yeah.
Hey, brother, do you get nosebleeds up that high?
That's the funny thing is like they keep trying to push these. I think Finish Line carries these in abundance in my area, and I thought they were selling out everywhere, but that's not really the case. So they were trying to, you want to try them on the league? You want to try them on? They keep asking me. I'm like, not today. Maybe I'll do it another day.
And you did. We did forget one thing off the build today. If this is the last shoe,
yes, this is the last shoe.
There's a big shoe dropping on Saturday that I'm sure Mr. NC Stand Up is already waiting to get, and that's those Zebra Yeezys.
Oh yeah, I guess we did. Well, we did forget. We did forget. It totally slipped my mind. I actually did a raffle and everything, but
I mean, anybody in the Soli Trinity have any interest in those shoes at all?
Yeah, I want them, but I want them for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, okay. We know why you want them. Why 50 to 75% of the people want them.
Actually, I'm going to keep it 100. That Zebra is actually kind of dope, and I probably would keep it. I would keep that shoe. I would keep it. So any of the other colorways, like the black with the red or the black and the olive or any of those colorways, I don't too much care for. That'd be straight for the flip. But the Zebras is actually kind of dope. If I got my hands on them, I would keep them.
Yeah, I definitely am interested in them and to keep, not necessarily the flip. And also the red and blacks. That was on one of my top, whatever month it was. It had the when the Zebras originally dropped. What was that? February.
Yeah,
I had both the Zebras and the red and black V2s. on my list.
It's going to be something else, and of course, going to be hard to get. That's why it's even hard for me to think about them as actual releases, because for me, it's just, I don't have a bot. I won't do the bot game. I just don't. I can't do it. I won't do it, and it seems like that's the only way to get a shoe these days. But that's just limited. Yeah.
It's interesting. It'll be interesting to see what the numbers are this time on the restock, because they're more widely available in terms of they're going to be at more of the traditional locations. Like one of my House of Hoops here actually got them. They did tickets for them. And then, they are available on Foot Locker, Foot Action, Finish Line, and Champs. I don't know how, to what extent.
I guess.
But it's going to be interesting to see. I'll be interested in seeing if this restock is going to drive the resale price down, or if it's going to.
It probably will, but my thing is, if stores get Yeezys, a lot of stores in my area, I'm not going to speak for no other area. If they get the Yeezys, they're backdooring them. So there's no way to get them unless you're paying up front. You cannot get a Yeezy retail in my area. It don't work like that. You either got to buy an additional shoe for the store to donate at one store, or every other store, they backdoor it. So there's no retail Yeezys in my area. So that's why it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
You said you want those to keep, to wear?
I would keep. I wouldn't wear them. I would just keep them. I wouldn't wear them.
Oh, I wear mine. If I'm going to keep something like that, I'm going to wear it. Otherwise, it's got to go.
Nah,
it's going to be trade bait.
You got the white bottom. I don't like wearing white bottom shoes like that. I would just keep them. I got a Yeezy. I got one of the best Yeezys to drop. So that would kind of be like, it's cool. You know what I mean? I think it's the dopest V2 to come out.
The chat's saying that the resales are already dropping on those.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Jen N or GN says, I got 2 pair of Zebras reserved, and I'm keeping one and selling the other. Man, how do you got 2 pair reserved already? Need to let us know.
One of them apps. Probably one of those apps.
But that doesn't. You don't find out the reserve till the reservation until tomorrow.
Square.
Say that again.
Kicksquare.com. They got them.
Oh no! When he says reserved, I figure that means that somebody.
Oh, not a pre-order, but just a reserve. Okay, I see what you're saying.
I'm not sure what that means, but wow, that's dope.
Lucky. Let's go ahead and close this thing out, man. We're at about 10:09 right now. I'll go first. OG, you gonna go ahead and help us out with the Monday morning midsole and plugging that up for us?
Absolutely. Y'all know the deal. We just have one big sneaker family out here. Shout outs to our family over at the Monday midsole. The man one-legged lister, Polos and J's, Mr. Marcus, and Buckeye City Soul and Molly Mall. Make sure you want to check them out on Mondays at 8 p.m. on their YouTube channel. Also, the big brother in all this broadcast, the Sneaker Box Podcast. Shout out to Guru Knows and what's that guy? African Caesar and Francis 313, Sneaker Girl and MJ and Jumpman Bostic, all that Sneaker Box Podcast family. They are moving, if you didn't know, and now this last Saturday they did their first broadcast on Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. So you can catch them live on Saturday mornings. Well, I'm not going to say 11 o'clock because I think they didn't start to almost 11:30 this Saturday. So 11-ish. Emphasis on the ish. But definitely check them out. Of course, you can check them out later on their podcast, which are posted on Sneaker Bar Detroit and also on iTunes and Google Play and a few other places. Also want to shout out our Canadian family from across the border, Sneaker Files with a PH. Sneaker PHILES, also part of this great big family. One of these days, we're going to have to do like the mega sit down or something where like all the shows come together at one time. I think that would be like crazy to do like a live hangout or something like that. Maybe we can do something like that. But we appreciate all of our family, and y'all know the deal. Y'all know the deal. Please just keep rocking with us. Check out the channels. Be on the lookout for a video that I'm working on, which is kind of like a history of OG kind of video that you'll get a chance to kind of see some of my origin story if you're interested in knowing that kind of stuff. Working on that, and hopefully sometime around the first of next week I'll be dropping it. But it is your boy OG Sneakers wishing you total sneaker family One love.
Yeah, just Dabs here with Sneaker Family. Great week. I think we may already have a topic ready for next week, so get ready for that. I'm not going to state what it's going to be so far, but get ready for that. We might have a appendage missing in the Soul Food Sneaker Talk next week, but we're not going to say anything yet. Nothing's confirmed. But, one of our fingers might get cut off. But appreciate you guys definitely for rocking out with us one more time. Thanks to Team Early and thanks to Team Consistent that consistently rock with us throughout the whole broadcast. Beer Jedi, go ahead and close it down.
Hey man, glad to be back, man. Another dope episode. I know the chat didn't like our review of the first half of the year. Dabs hacked the system. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. But it was still fun to put this together. Like it was good to go back and do this. So I'm glad you came up with the idea, Dabs. It was a perfect time for us to do that. 6 months in, we give you another 6 months. That's what we do around here, man. This is your man Beer Jedi, aka Hacksaw Kick Duggan, aka Shoe Rosenhaus, aka Fropocalypse, aka Negro Damas, aka Mr. Fist Pick and Dope Kicks, and I guess the other aka is Team Diddy. We'll holler at y'all next time. Take that. We'll holler at y'all next time on another episode of the Soul Food Sneaker Talk. We out. Peace.
Take that.